I have to say, this is one of the most disturbing videos I have ever put together. It shakes me to my core, and yet this is a story that needs to be told because there are other people out there with invisible disabilities like PTSD or other mental health issues, or even health issues, and they don't know how to say what is actually going on when they're discriminated against or held to a different standard than people who are quote unquote abled. And so this story has to be told. This is the reason why I became a certified Americans with Disabilities Act advocate, because I needed to know, after 13 years, I needed to know how to navigate this system better. It's crushing me. It's not a fair system. The system says it's fair. It puts out rules, and then the people, like you're getting ready to see, the people that run the system, they avoid those same rules that are supposed to apply. So here we go. I've had ongoing documentation of my issues with accessing Trimet in an equal and fair manner. As someone who has PTSD and doesn't want to be triggered by a driver who's either having a bad day or just hates humanity. And this driver has been an example of that. When she had her break for 10 minutes while I'm standing outside in the rain and 42 degrees, or I think it was 42 degrees, it says on the video. And then she acted like she was going to take off. I put her on YouTube. The next time I saw her out and about, uh, random luck of the draw, she pulls up. I ask for the ramp. She puts the ramp halfway out, recognizes who I am, and says, "I know who you are. You're going to have to take the next bus." I put that out on YouTube as well. I complained to Trimet. Here's what Trimet had to say. Now, let me say before you hear this call, the person that you're going to hear talking on this call, I commend her. She's got a tough job. She has to act as a liaison between a beast of an organization, which she works for and gets a check from, and somebody like me who has a legitimate concern, and she knows it. She's going to admit this. But notice that they don't offer me anything other than that was not okay. They admit that what happened was not on par with their operations procedure. Uh, so that's an admission, but there's no attempt to reconcile me in any way. I'm still actually with fear and apprehension that these drivers can further retaliate, and I'm going to show you that they're actually planning to do that. So here's the call. Just listen to it. Hello, this is Jay.
Hi, Jay. This is Mary Hill from Trimet.
Hi, Mary. I got some road noise right now. I'm walking, but
Okay.
it's all
Do you
good.
have a couple minutes to talk?
Sure, let's do it.
All right. So I wanted to, first address the open door policy situation that prompted the first complaint and then a second one against another operator.
Right.
So I know for a fact that the second operator has already been talking to about the open door policy there. And then we'll also definitely follow up with the first operator. Because it is, as you clearly are, you know the policy. They should have the doors open there.
At Pier Park?
They know that too. Yeah, at Pier Park, yes.
Okay.
So I'll make sure that message has already been imparted to one of the two operators, and I'll make sure we follow up with the first operator too, so she knows that she's supposed to have those doors open. It's definitely not cool to have somebody waiting out in the cold and rain when they could be on the bus. That's the point of the policy. So I'll definitely follow up there. And then this newest issue of her passing you up, that's not okay. So I've already been in contact with her manager, so we'll be setting up a time to to meet with her about that too, and I do apologize. I watched both YouTube videos, and you know, you weren't disrespectful to her. You weren't, you know, you were questioning her not following the policy, and there's nothing in that video that would cause to refuse service to someone. It's unacceptable. So I just want you to know that we are going to follow up with her, okay?
Well, gosh, I had no clue that I had a mental drum roll going the whole time you were talking. And so, well, I just didn't know which way you would go with it, but I'm very pleased at what you said. I actually was so flabbergasted and knew that nothing wrong had occurred for her to refuse me service, that I just immediately uploaded that video raw, you know, without any commentary, the first one. And so, I'm a guy who's trying to get from point A to point B. And and I feel like most drivers, I mean, I've got some drivers out here that I really like. And
that's good.
And the thing is, you can't put videos out about them because then the other drivers will be like, so you're special, huh? Yeah. It's all, but, so all I'm doing, it's not an antagonistic thing. It's a protective thing. And if a driver's in a bad mood and doesn't like whatever, you know, and it terrorizes me because I need transportation.
Right.
So, anyway, the only thing.
In this situation, Jay, these are things that, you know, where we have failed. We failed to keep the doors open. That created the whole situation. That's our failure. So it's our job to make it to do. So I've already pulled the videos. I've seen and you know, one thing I did want to tell you, which is, I mean, apropos of nothing, but that the other video that you had where the operator jumped off and used the bathroom, I just wanted to let you know that Pier Park bathroom is out of service. Somebody broke a key off in there, so that's why she got off the bus.
Yeah.
I just wanted to let you know that's what's going on. But she should have opened the door regardless. That should have been there, and she's assured me that, you know, moving forward, she'll keep the doors open. So I don't see a problem moving forward with that operator.
Can I commend her?
Sure. Yeah.
Because I have ridden with her again since then, maybe twice, and she has done nothing but act professional. We haven't exchanged words. We haven't glared at each other. We kind of give each other wide berth and space and just go on and do our thing. And so if I could commend the second lady, the one that was on the personal phone call that went to the bathroom, if I could commend her.
That's feedback for me to know that she's self-corrected and now is doing the right thing, for sure.
Yeah, well, there you go. I wanted to do that because that's, that is part of the process. It's not usually addressed. So anyway.
The process for me is to improve performance. So whatever I can do to help in that, and what you're doing is helping. You're helping us improve too. So, you know, as silly as it sounds, I thank you for making the complaint, because otherwise we are just not going to get better, you know? So.
Well, thank you, Mary.
Yeah. So you let me know if you have any further problems with that specific operator. But just know on our end, we're setting up to correct that behavior immediately, okay?
Thank you so much.
No problem. You take care.
You have a good day.
You also.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
I've had several drivers that have offered support for my position of reporting issues that are problematic. And it came to my attention that some drivers were really upset over me putting this stuff on YouTube. The drivers that were most malicious seemed to be drivers that I had never interfaced with. My heart goes out to the operator. I wouldn't have boarded him either. Not safe to drive if your adrenaline is running. Grant did great, and the operator is amazing. This is not okay for people to intimidate us. Had him on my bus 2 days ago. Rode from Milwaukee to Pier Park. Asked for ramp when boarding and told me he will need it when he gets off. Didn't have any issues with him. Could tell he was waiting for any reason to start recording, though. Depending on what and how he does whatever he does. For example, if he's talking down to you, pull over the bus, secure it, called dispatch, and say you have someone on the bus harassing you. It's your word against his. I wonder how that would go down. You know what? This guy could absolutely have whatever accommodations he needs if he wasn't a total self-entitled jerk about it. How does he sleep at night thinking his ability level is on par with someone with no legs? How about an old lady who just got her groceries for the damn month? I'm super happy to accommodate, but quit being a turd with the videos and crap. He's an entitled prick. Same kind of guy who would sooner call his pet dog a service animal. Table flip. Let me be real clear here, Thomas Palmer. My ability level is not on par with anyone else because everyone has different abilities. My disability is on par with all other disabilities because we all deserve equal access. However, invisible disabilities require different access points, different accommodations, different modifications so that they can have equal access. You obviously need training in this subject matter. He probably sleeps at night quite well because I suspect he has a mental disability that is causing him to be overzealous. And now he disabled comments. Tom Sullivan, hey now, disabled comments are comments too. They deserve equal treatment, LOL. And I just listened to her call in to dispatch on Twitter. My heart goes out to this driver. This man has affected her mental stability behind the wheel. I stand behind her 100%, and she made the right choice leaving his ass behind. I think this particular driver needs to call the police and press harassment charges against him because Trimet not helping her. I agree. I think he recognized her, and that's why he had the video going and being sneaky about it. And once she recognized him, she went into fight or flight mode, and she refused him and fled. This man is a bully and is abusing his rights to harm others. All I gotta say is he better not be at a stop by himself on my 4. I'll drive right past him. We need a list of lines he frequents so ops know where he pops up so he can be flagged as nuisance. Enough call-ins to dispatch and SIPs he calls in that are fault, the quicker he can be excluded and banned, maybe even charged with harassment. I had responded to a thread on open Facebook, and this driver came on and responded directly to me. Maybe instead of harassing drivers by recording them, just get in the bus, sit down, shut up, and ride. If you don't like the Trimet drivers, then don't ride. Call Uber, Lyft, or walk. Drivers have enough distractions, and they don't need jerk-offs like you who have nothing better to do than record. And harassing drivers and distracting them with you quoting rules they know and criticizing their driving, they already deal with enough shit daily. Quit adding to it. Herein is the real problem. Some drivers want to treat the passengers like subjects instead of customers. Tom Sullivan thinks he is entitled to this malicious outburst, which is why I exposed that he is the real bully. He was trying to bait me tonight. Didn't work this time. He is targeting us now, trying to create a cause. This is the same driver who said I was attacking Trimet on another video that I published. And I reported about it. I didn't catch him actually saying it, but I reported about it. And right after this driver said I was baiting him, somebody came up to the door on a scooter and was trying to get on, and he had the most fun getting away from this guy and said, nope, not tonight. Just leaving the guy trying to get on the bus. So, I didn't have video rolling because I thought it wasn't going to be a problem at the time. But anytime I'm on the bus with this guy from now on, I'll have video rolling. Now, this guy here, and he's kept pretty quiet on making threats and coming out and being blatant. But here he makes an admission that is a direct threat to myself and my family. Because I said bingo, and why did I say to butthurt him the truth about what he does and who he chooses to target, and put up a link to report abandoned cars that don't move every 24 hours as per city code. Damn. So this guy's aware that I have a lawsuit in federal court against the city of Portland and how my family and I exist in society and where we exist. And so to further intimidate and harass us, he puts a link up for the drivers to report us when I already have pursued this to the federal court level. This guy is just being malicious. And I actually didn't report him the first time that I went to Trimet because he engaged me and spoke with me back and forth. The other drivers wouldn't do that without being threatening. He just held his tongue. But come to find out, behind the scenes, he admits that he's put up a link for drivers to report us under the Abandoned Auto/RV program. So we're not abandoned, but we can still get reported. And this guy's admitted that he's assisted in causing that to happen. So he is the highest level of malicious as well. This guy here is the most serious. Okay, I retract my earlier statements. Tried to give him the benefit of the doubt, but this guy's a serious asshole. Somebody please accidentally run this asshat over with a bus. Pete Smith, I've said it before and I'll say it again. This guy may have access to this FB page, so be careful what you say. John Burbank, okay, sorry, lost my head, but at least he knows what I think about him. Would love to see him get his dues. So this guy, when he was challenged and said he should be careful, doubled down and said at least he knows what I think about him, and he would love to see him get his dues. He's talking about me there. He's pretty serious about it. I wonder what Trimet would do if somebody said this about one of their drivers. I wonder if I'm going to get equal protection on this thing. Wonder what Trimet would do if somebody denied one of their executives service. You didn't pick them up, rode right past them. Wonder what would happen. I'm very seriously doubting that I'm going to get equal protection on this. Which makes me afraid every time I have to use their service. I discussed these things with Trimet, these statements made by these drivers acting as drivers. It's on a forum called Trimet Operators Forum. So they're on that forum in their capacity as drivers, and they're making these statements, and it concerned me because they shouldn't be making these kinds of statements at all, much less acting them out. So I reported it. I'm not going to link the whole audio of this call. There's a lot of information covered in this call. But I'm going to give you an excerpt of it just to let you know that Trimet still says that they are very appalled by this and they're taking care of it. So here's a couple excerpts from that call. Hello.
Hi, Jay. This is Mary Hill with Trimet.
Hi, Mary.
How are you doing?
I'm just a little shook up, but
What's wrong?
well, I mean, I'm anxious because of what's going on. I mean, it's the boldness of the drivers to speak out like this is not it's not something I'm ready to accept as something that Trimet would endorse.
Well, we absolutely don't endorse that at all. So let me make that extremely clear. I've been, what I feel is pretty clear with you and our failures here in this situation. And I think that the Facebook postings are just unacceptable. So
there was a lot more that was said on this call. I'm not going to put any more of this out right now. I'm holding it close to the vest, but I don't feel like Trimet's going to work to make me feel better about this situation. I feel like they're trying to mitigate their exposure on it. That's what I feel like is going on. So I want to document and let the public know what actually goes on behind the scenes. And so if you are a Trimet passenger, if you have a driver that doesn't follow the rules, I mean, this is the kind of treatment you can expect. So I'll be bringing you more as I feel like I'm supposed to.